Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Be Gay, Do Crime, the D&D show that is definitely a game of Dungeons and Dragons and not at all just a reimagining of the 1999 cinematic masterpiece, The Mummy, starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. I'm no man, and don't you forget it. And speaking of man, thank you so much for that sub. 24 months. Oh, a hype train on the horizon. Choo-choo. I see you. Hello, friends. How are you? How are you doing? Choo. But in the meanwhile, I want to introduce you to my super hot and cool friends. Elephane, who the heck are you?
I'm Ellie. My depression is chronic, but my ass is iconic, and you can't spell ADHD without ADHD's nuts. Thank you, and have a great day.
Wow. Cool. Who do you play in this game?
In this game, I play Arcadia Oceansong, who is a paladin of Venus. And a little bit of tawdry gossip about Arcadia is that ever since we met those 4 statues last episode, she's kind of wondering, like, are they thinking about her? You know, like, and it's cool if they're not, but like, are they, you know?
But it's like not cool if they're not though, right?
Like, it would be fine, but I think it'd be better if they were, you know, if they were kind of like, wow, like she looks so cool. What she's wearing is pretty like sick. I wonder what she smells like. I bet her hair smells like delicate flowers and ocean
statues.
Spray.
They're literally statues. And you saw that many of them were evil. Good job. All right. Speaking of people who smell good, Fenice, how are you doing?
Oh, I am Fenice Starlight. I don't know why I said that like that, but hello. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch, and I do a lot of this RP hoeing around the Twitchiverse because I love it so much. Here I play Eden, a Sorlock, Eladrin from the Feywilds. And a Todrick gossip for today, kind of bringing back some stuff that came up last time. Eden has 169 siblings, but not all her fair siblings, are Eladrin.
What are they?
For example, one is the literal impersonification of a light summer rain. I mean, spring rain, sorry.
Yeah, of course. That is some Feywild bullshit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. My sibling,
an
idea.
Their siblings? Do you think it ever rains on Sapphos?
Oh yeah. I think it does.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think it rains on Sapphos.
They have to be able to dance in the rain gay-like, right? Splashing puddles.
I think every raindrop is iridescent, like it's an opalescent raindrop. And it's always like the perfect temperature.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know this, but I watched Blue Crush, and I'm pretty sure there's a scene where they run home from the beach in the rain.
That's pretty gay.
That's pretty gay.
The other thing that I'm thinking of, at first I was like, absolutely no rain. Like maybe Arcadia's never seen rain. But then now that I'm hearing you say how gay it can be.
Oh, yeah. I think rain is gay as hell.
But then, okay, so every time it rains on Sapphos, they all change into their white linen so that they have like a wet t-shirt contest.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a contest. I think it's everybody wins because everyone's shirts are wet.
Yeah, they're just like, oh shit, it's just Tears of Venus, and then they all just start hooking up with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cute. Okay, that was some unexpected Todrick gossip from Sapphos, but I'm here for it.
Sapphos is the horniest place on earth. But you know, we have another friend here. Speaking of the horniest place on earth, Adrian Driggs, who the heck are you?
Welcome to the ride. All your baggage goes into the left. And we're going to revisit it. Hi, I'm Adrian Driggs. You can find me on the internet under my name everywhere because I got tired of having multiple personalities. Yes. Now I have multiple personalities on main under my name. You see what I did there? You find me on all the socials talking a lot about my cat or my motorcycles. And in one point or another in the future, I might start streaming again. Maybe.
I believe.
Exclamation
players to get in on the ground floor of this excellent streamy content.
Ground floor VIP early bird passes here. And I play Titus. Titus is a fire genasi artificer, and they are always a little bit snooty about how they think things should look or should be done.
But everything.
About everything. I'm not saying that they're a control freak, but there was this one time when they were kids, Titus and Ember were having a contest using building blocks. It wasn't a contest to Ember. Ember had no idea that Titus was trying to beat them. Titus definitely won, only because they kicked Ember's over. The end.
Yep. Of course.
Sounds about Titus. The worst sibling. Or I should say, the most sibling.
And the siblingest.
The
of siblings.
siblingest sibling. Fantastic. All right, my beautiful friends. Does anyone remember where we are? What's going on? Elephane, would you like to share with the class? For one big shiny inspiration?
Yeah, I would. I took some notes here.
Oh my god!
I don't know if you saw, but I did.
You took notes.
Wrote it down. Okay. Yeah. So, would you like a recap with or without sound bites?
Ooh.
Whatever floats your boat, and then sinks it in a fiery blaze.
Okay. In that case, let's go with, if I can find it. Cute. So, we were after some time at sea. Oh no, our ship sank and we had to flee for shore. So we took a little rowboat and a little nautical horsey for a bit of a swim, and we happened upon some shore. Hooray. And then afterwards we were like, gee golly whiz, I am pretty sleepy. Let us take a quick little long rest. So we did that, but during the first watch, what's that on the horizon? A Darude sandstorm. That's correct. A very large monster we had to run away from on account of it kicking our asses. So we ran and run we did. Titus almost died. That was pretty good. And then we
Face down in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
They said this doesn't hurt.
So then we saw a mirage and we ran towards it, and at a certain point we crossed through this threshold and whabam, no more Darude sandstorm, but instead beautiful sort of ruins, pyramid temple kind of sandy situation, getting some lots of magic. There were, okay, let me actually read these ones. Some death gods, statues of some death gods, 4 statues, Orcus, number 1, and then some things written about him. Number 2, a woman, a BDSM woman who, hot, question mark? Yes. 3, a skeletal god. Number 4, a jackal god who we did identify after as Anubis. And then we found out also that at the base of one of the statues, I don't remember which one, but it might be in my notes somewhere else, that there was a little lock, sort of.
It was at
that
the base of every statue.
Oh, at the every statue.
Oh, it
4
wasn't
locks.
in the
That's
center
actually
of
what
them?
I have. That's what I have written down.
No.
4 locks.
I put it on the map at the center of them because I can't do
Okay.
3D, so just to try it. But I also think that maybe that centerpiece is there.
Like maybe it's just a pattern in the
Yeah.
center.
Yeah,
But
it's like a mosaic. Yeah.
it matches the key that Titus has, the contraption,
The box.
the box. And then we also figured out what hallowed means, and that we are on hallowed ground. Hallowed ground. So the pyramid that we kind of see in the distance has been hallowed, which means, among other types of people, can't enter, but Fae included. So our lovely
I
spring
am
court
banned.
Banned, literally, quite literally banned IRL.
Banned.
And then there was something else that was important.
Probably.
Yeah. Blood Lord, blah blah blah, bleep blah, bloop bloop.
Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add?
Um,
Oh, the guy Vazlu. We learned more about him.
Yeah.
So recap on, like, yeah, he was sentenced to death, but instead of a traditional like tribal combat, he was like, could I please just die by poison instead? Woo? And they were like, yeah, sure, why not? And so then he did, but this was suspicious. And he was dissolved to ash. So we don't really know if he's like super dead. He could maybe have returned. We don't know.
it's a necromancer.
But that it was also like a big point to say that he would never set foot in hallowed ground. So the fact that this pyramid is hallowed is like a big deal. And that Anubis judges souls is
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yeah, thank you. That's what I have written down.
Okay,
Did I
and
do it?
yeah, you did it. Here, have a little present.
Thank
Put that in your pocket. Good job. Oh, good. Oh no, you ate it.
I ate it.
Fair enough. All right, my friends. Now, I don't remember exactly where our last episode ended. I think it was Eden and Ember at the statues, and I'm just going to fast forward. Everyone completed your long rest. Congratulations, Titus. You have healed. You are strong and you are no longer dying, but you still have 1 level of exhaustion. So do remember that.
I do remember that. I also remember I now have 2 abs.
You do have 2 abs
True.
though. So, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Oh, I also still have 3 extra set of eyes, so I have 4 set of eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you wear them so well.
They look fantastic.
And so it is the 4 of you there, plus Eden's menagerie, as per usual. And I'm going to say you spent the whole day and night just like settling in here, looking at the pyramid. And I will give you all a chance to choose one thing specifically that you would like to investigate, or like a hypothesis you would like to investigate over this period before we start at the next morning. So everyone's going to get 1 shot, 1 opportunity. Does anyone have an idea of what they would like to look into?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, Arcadia.
I would like to know more about either, and so you can kind of here's what's going on in my brain, and maybe you can help me give some direction. But I think the fact that Vazlu would not set foot in hallowed ground, and then we have this like hallowed pyramid, is important. So I am curious about more information about that.
Okay.
I don't know how I would like investigate or determine this.
I think you can like, you are not Fae, so you can kind of get right up to that exterior of the pyramid and look at it and look and inspect the markings that hallow it. These are kind of ruins in the sand, but it's not like they're lines drawn in the sand. It's as if there's something energetic where the sand there has a slightly different sheen and color. And when you look at it from certain directions, but if you like push it to the side, it's still in the same place. It's just different sand. So you can kind of investigate these ruins. Do you want to give me an... Depending on what angle you're going to take, you can do an investigation check, an arcana check, or a religion check, but each one will give you different information if you're successful.
Okay. Am I allowed to roll all three, or do I choose?
No, you pick one.
Okay. So my highest, okay, investigation, religion, or arcana. So religion is my highest, so I'm going to go ahead and give that a try. Oof. Okay. I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Good thing you got one already.
20, dirty 20.
20. Okay. So you inspect these markings and you find not all of them, but some of them are in primordial. And you're able to start putting it together. You notice that they have like a sort of like, Venus's energy, the sort of ancient weight that she carries. And even though these are written in primordial, they feel fresh. It's giving, like, when you go into like someone's house and it's like shabby chic, it's like when something is new but designed to look old. It's kind of giving that a little bit. So you definitely feel confident that these markings are new, that these have been a recent addition to the space. You also are able to kind of chat with Ember and learn that one of the big reasons that a necromancer might have a problem with hallowed spaces is that the undead cannot pass there. They all things go wrong if they end up in hallowed spaces. Although, from your understanding, Vosloo himself was not undead, so his reluctance to even set foot in hallowed spaces is, it seems strange. Like most living people, unless they're, fae or fiend or anything, doesn't seem to have an issue with that. You chat with Ember to learn more about Vosloo to help understand if he might be fiend or fae or something like that. But from all of her knowledge, it seems that he was human. But he did practice necromancy as part of his religion. So you think that probably has something to do with it.
His reluctancy to enter a hallowed space? Or...
Yes, you think that could be something. You think that the fact that necromancy was tied to his religion, his god, is going to be part of why, even when he was alive as a disciple of a god of undead, that he might have something against hallowed grounds. But again, in a practical sense, it seems like there might be more there. But from a religious sense, that's what you get.
Okay.
All right. Eden or Titus, do you have anything you would like to investigate?
I feel like Titus would be investigating the keyholes around the bases of the statues and like taking notes and seeing if there's any kind of detailed mechanisms, obvious, that might indicate what each of the individual keyholes might do.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Oh no, I got a 9, but that's only because I have a +7.
Wow. You still get something with that, though. It's still a 9 and you're still an artificer looking at a machine, right? So I would give you like a little bit of a bonus proficiency on this. You can tell that all 4 mechanisms are identical. They all look like they are locks, and that if you interact with the key in them somehow, they all seem to unlock something. but they don't seem to point at the same things. Thank you, Crispy. They seem to unlock different things, but you can't figure out like what unlocks what. There doesn't seem to be any, there's not like a cable that you can follow, you know what I mean? It's just that you can, it seems like they have enough variation between them that they don't seem to be like the lock for the same thing, but they are all locks and they all use the same key.
I just would make lots of notes and diagram drawings of the type of locking key of it.
I hope Adrian Driggs is taking lots of detailed notes because Elephant isn't.
I mean, actually, and Titus, for investigating these locks, I will say that if you, during a short rest, if you wanted to kind of reproduce a lock of a similar mechanism, that's something you could do now as an artificer.
Would you say that Titus's understanding of these locks now is that they are very good locks? Are they complicated? Like, tell us a little bit about the lock itself.
So the lock itself is designed for a custom key, unlike any you've ever seen.
Which makes it impossible to pick.
It's not necessarily impossible, but it is complicated. So okay, listen, team, we're about to get into it. We're about to get to lockpick lawyer territory. So most locks work with like a strand of little bars that get knocked down. This one, instead of 1, has 8. So when you attach it, it would be very, very difficult to pick. You would have to simultaneously have 8 lockpicks going to open this lock. Very difficult.
8 pins in the tumbler. Got it.
Oh man, if only we had another artificer in our party that maybe you could work with. Oh man.
You also just have the key.
Yeah, I have the key, but I also have thieves' tools and an advantage proficiency against using them.
Well, I will actually, I'm going to give you one more thing. Is because you have the key and you're comparing it to the lock, you do notice like it's clearly fits. Like you can just like take the octagon and attach it. But the like teeth that would need, you can see that there should be teeth coming out of the lock, like the side of the box, but there aren't right now. You can see like where there's like indentations where they should emerge, but there isn't at this moment.
Okay. I guess I would spend the rest of the time just investigating, trying to see if I can't fiddle with the key to see if I can transform the key.
Great. Give me an investigation check for that. I know I said 1, but this is adjacent, okay?
It's adjacent. Ooh, I got a 21 on that one.
Okay. You can tell that whatever sort of activates this key it seems to be magical. It seems to have something to do with like it's not like a button you have to press. If there's a puzzle element to it, but it's something to be magical, and you can see the subtle relief of a skull on the top that like indented right at the top, and you like when you look at it really close, you can see from the skull there are like striations, almost like veins, going out to all 8 facets of it where these teeth mechanics should be.
Okay. I should probably spend the rest of the time trying various spells of theirs on the key.
Okay. Eden, what would you like to investigate?
Okay, first of all, I had said this before.
Yes.
Last time. I am going to try the bounce mechanics of this place, first of all.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
So tell me what this looks like. What are you going to do? What are you going to attempt?
Okay, so no, I'm literally just like, I know that this place repels like Fae. I just want to know, I want to experience one time how, right?
Yeah.
To just know how it is and how it works.
Okay.
So you see these really cute little tants over here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start and sprint over.
Full sprint?
Full sprint.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Okay. A 9.
Okay. You get a bit of speed going. and you're sprinting towards that pyramid, and you haven't seen the sort of ruins that Arcadia saw. Like, she's the one who picked out the Hallow spell and is investigating the runes, not you. So you just know that at some point it's going to stop you, but it's sooner than you expect. It's about, I would say, 30 feet from the edge of the pyramid.
Oh.
It's not,
like
this isn't to
here?
scale, okay? Yeah, it's about there. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's quite a bit further out. And it is like running into a brick wall. You are like a bug on a windshield. You take 1d6, so you're going to take beep, beep, boo. I'm sorry, 5 bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
And you break your nose.
So yep, that's what I was.
As you
thinking.
run full force into this, and one thing you know about broken noses is that no matter how tough you are, you will cry. You can't stop, and you cry out of all of your creepy little spider eyes. They're all watering, and then blood streams down the center of your face.
Am I in a position to like just see running beside you?
No,
like,
you see, in my mind, you are like investigating these ruins and walking around the pyramid, doing the perimeter, and then you come around just in time to see Eden being like, and just like, poof, right into there and just fall down bleeding. And meanwhile, Titus is just cross-legged by the statues.
Yeah, Titus is sitting there like playing with a key and like zapping it and poking at it with power and stuff, and then here's the thud, and Titus is like, oh, it just goes back to what they're doing.
I'm gonna wait for Fen to get back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, actually, Titus has something more too. So, hi Fen, welcome back. So, Titus hears the thud.
Yeah.
And looks over their shoulder.
And then you see me crying and bleeding so much. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody break their nose.
It's a lot.
I saw my father break his nose, and man, I will never forget it. Like, it's just like a fountain.
Titus calls back over their shoulder. Maybe it's about the angle.
Ember is going to run over to Eden and go, oh, darling. Oh, gosh. Okay, let me get you a handkerchief or something.
That hit so hard.
Yes.
Eden, let me see. Here. And she's going to give you, like, she's going to take off her belt. And bite down on this. And she's going to reset your nose.
Eden, could you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Do you want me to do a medicine?
Yeah, sure.
Would you say this is nice. Before we're going to bed for a long rest, right?
You're lucky.
Okay,
You're fucking lucky.
I love you so much. I would say also that Titus sighs and then gets up and walks over and like puts out their hand right on Eden's face, but then casts Cure Wounds.
Okay, so you
6 points of healing damage.
Okay. So Arcadia, what was that medicine check?
20.
And Eden,
30.
the con save was also 20? 19. Beautiful. So Ember comes over to help, and she kind of comes back a second later with her hanky to be like, I'll get it off you. And then Arcadia is just like, bite down, and just like, and meanwhile, I feel like Titus is just kind of like strolls over and just like reaches over and like touches Eden's foot, be like, get better. And
sorrows prayers,
sorrows prayers, exactly. And just in time, Arcadia is able to reset it so it heals back straight. And Ember comes in and just dabs away the blood, but it is no longer bleeding. It's a little red, it's a little irritated, but it does not hurt anymore.
Okay, I definitely will not run at the invisible wall anymore. It's like an invisible wall of bricks. That's how it feels. I just wanted to test. I thought it would be a little bit more elastic. I don't know why, but in my head, like it was like it had a bounce to it. It did not have that.
Eden, I told you that you couldn't enter. What were you thinking?
Well, I just thought that there was first. I thought it was like way in, right? That's way out first. Second, invisible stuff, like maybe it's like somewhat pliable and like you kind of just like, you like go in
But
and like
if you
kind of like,
weren't sure,
and then it just like yeets you back. I kind of
why-
was I was hoping for like a mechanism where I would just be yeeted out and just
Arcadia's
fly
gonna
for a little
grab like your hands, like because you're like hand talking a lot. She's gonna grab your hands. My love,
bit. Mhm.
if you weren't sure, why
Yeah.
didn't you ask? Or if you wanted to investigate yourself, why not walk slowly until you approached the barrier?
Those are fair points. But if I didn't run at it, I wouldn't know if it was bouncy or not.
I mean, it was a little funny.
Yes, I think you have a concussion. Come. I'm just gonna set you up next to the tents and like fan you a little bit.
Lohakilo says things were so much easier when Faye were a sword.
No broken noses.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
This is slander. Absolute slander. Okay.
While I'm fanning Eden, is
Mhm.
Ember like close by?
Yeah, she's just kind of following around, and she's just
Okay.
kind of going. She's well. I appreciate your sense of a scientific curiosity. I think it's.
Thank you, Ember.
I appreciate the observations.
And speaking of, I had a chance to identify some of these markings.
Oh.
They're in primordial.
Oh, wonderful.
It does appear that they are newer markings.
Really?
Yes.
I suspected that, perhaps. Okay.
Yes, I remember you mentioning that it wasn't hallowed before, or at least you didn't think that it was. And I have some questions. I don't know if you're the right person to ask, but you mentioned that when Vazlu died, he turned to ash.
Yes.
Did he have an understudy? Any disciples of his own?
Well, I wasn't actually there. I've all heard it through, other reports, and the guards, they like to talk.
Town gossip, I understand.
Yes. But my understanding is that he just worked for the king, and he sort of was like the vizier, he was there are other mages, there are other royal mages. I am, I'm not quite a royal mage. I am
suppose-
a royal librarian, which is honestly
Titus
close.
Nobody cares. Carry on.
Titus,
I'm
Yes.
gonna kick Titus.
I suppose what I'm wondering is there someone or someones that would have wanted or helped orchestrate in Vaslu's resurrection?
gosh. Well, see, that's the thing is there's no better necromancer. It's like it's such a strange question to ask because he was necromancy, a footpanthea. He was the only authorized necromancer. He was the best. So
Do you know
he was the only one.
which god he prayed to?
I've never really paid much attention to that religious stuff, but I do remember it was some creepy one, some necromancy god.
Do you think it would be one of these four, or maybe all of them?
They all seem to be related to death in some way.
So Ember is going to walk over and look at them. Go, well, I don't think Orcus is really is the necromancy type. It's more the just punishment. Well, he did want to make everyone undead, which I suppose is necromancy. Maybe. Anubis, no. Anubis seems from what I know, would be more about judgment and things. And then she nods towards the BDSM lady and the skeleton. And he points at the skeleton and says, well, that one looks more dead. Most skeletons I've met are undead, so maybe that one?
I mean, it would make sense.
I
I think this lady just likes to get a little kinky, you know. I don't judge.
There's
That's
nothing wrong
like
with that.
I mean,
once a month event from where
you can be a little
come
dead.
from.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can be a little dead in moments with the right people.
No,
Eden,
Titus, you can't. Titus.
And
I just
just
like
ignore
strokes their
Titus.
scar from their autopsy. Yeah, I mean, it's a little fun, edging. I mean,
Titus.
Eden,
have you tried it?
when you were resurrected, we needed to bring a piece of you
Mhm.
in order to get your body back.
Yeah, and you guys had my skull.
It was a hip bone.
Some bones, yes. But do you think that someone could be resurrected from just their ashes?
Should I roll an Arcana check for that?
Sure.
That's such a clever pun, Grey. Damn.
The necromance.
I'm actually
no.
going to use
No,
one of my
Epitimo.
3,000 inspirations to reroll
A
that.
little teeth more.
What about an 18?
Okay.
Ooh, I love a big drag sip right before it, like an info dump. I'm ready.
I
I'm
know.
ready.
Okay.
Crack the knuckles. I'm like, ugh.
I have to still think about like what could Eden know? Like it's a
Yeah.
good roll, but it doesn't mean Eden's suddenly psychic, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta be
Yeah.
like,
I'm just
okay.
downloading from the universe.
It's just energy.
It's just I'm picking up the vibes.
Okay. So, Eden, I feel like you actually don't know a ton about resurrection outside of a Fey context because it's so automatic. Typically, people don't have to do a ton to be resurrected in the Feywild if they're just immortal or they're not, and they just come back or they don't. But you have heard of sometimes there are mortal beings from the Feywild, and they are frequently jealous of the immortal beings' longevity and immortality. And so you've heard of like things people have tried to pursue immortality, to resurrect like the Eladrin do. And some of them have been similar to what happened to you, where it is a body part that regrows a body. Mm-hmm. But typically ash wouldn't be enough for that. That said, you do know that there are some people who turn to darker magics in the pursuit of immortality. I will say that's probably more of something you only would have heard about in kind of like spooky tales that like little Eladrin tell each other around the campfire about the dark magics, about the forever undead and the sacrifices they demand. But you think in those cases, you do know that they didn't seem to need a body part. It was more that they needed specific preparations before they died and that they needed to die in a specific way.
Okay. I relay all of that information as I'm like downloading the vibes. I'm having epiphanies.
Titus would ask if you could clarify from what you're learning.
This is what you remember.
This is all learned.
Way.
I'm just having like major flashbacks and I'm downloading information from the ether.
Oh, sorry, Lola,
you're just
you can hear me.
tapping into your cloud storage.
Yeah, exactly. Cloud storage. I love that. That's exactly
Especially
right.
as a Fae with the whole like rebirthing all the time. I imagine their memories have to be cloud stored somehow. right? That just makes sense.
Well, actually, quite the opposite.
It's a whole system. We just wipe down the cloud store sometime because
Yeah,
it
they
just gets
clean
very
slate.
much.
Start over.
Sometimes you got to
Like,
empty it all.
yeah.
Sorry, I keep getting distracted. We have a haboob rolling in finally. I'm so excited. Titus would ask if the specific ways that they have to die, if that's something that you know what those ways are.
Yes, I'm curious about that too.
Eden, you kind of feel like you might know this, but it's in behind some of your amnesia. It's behind some of your memory block. I'm going to give you a choice right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can try to delve into your past, into your memories, and see if you can unearth something of this knowledge, because you feel it. You feel it like at the tip of your tongue. It's like when you smell something familiar and it brings you back to a specific moment in time, but you can't quite remember what moment, but you do know you know it. But there is a risk. When you are pushing past the boundaries that have been put up in your mind, there is a risk to your mind. If you choose to take that risk, we can play ball, but you don't have to.
I love balls.
Right. So you.
What do I need to do?
Okay. So are you going to tell them that this is what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, I have it right there somewhere. It's like itching against my brain, but I can't reach it. I'm gonna meditate for a second. Yeah. I'm gonna think about it. I will come back to you in a second.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you roll me 3 checks right now. All together. I'm going to write down what they are. Okay. They are going to be an investigation check. Okay. A wisdom saving throw and a constitution saving throw.
Okay. Investigation check 12.
Okay.
More inspiration. I might re-roll it.
You got inspiration already?
I had like backed up inspiration. Okay.
How much inspiration y'all got? Transparency.
I had 4 left.
Gee.
Let's just say that I decided for myself that if I forget to use it, I can't roll it over because there's no way I'm going to be able to keep track.
I have a tally. I have a tally on my thing, and then I've been taking it in.
So me and Adrian are out here just raw dogging it every session, and Ellie and Fenicia are keeping track. Okay.
Yep.
That means they deserve to keep track and keep them because they did the work.
Left. So 16 investigation. Wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 21.
Okay.
And then Constitution saving throw is a 25.
Okay. So where do you go to meditate?
I am going to go. I think I'm gonna go like away from the group a little bit. Is there like an actual cliff with like some water here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there and like kind of like catch the breeze a little bit and like maybe sit under this palm tree right here.
Okay. Amazing.
Like kind of just staring into the ocean moving, like kind of the repetition of the things crashing. I don't know if it's the sea or if it's
the river that you came down to get here. So it's this huge river that is, it is very far across, but you look in both directions and you see no ships. You see no fish beneath the water. It is just the churning of this sort of rolling river crashing against the cliffs and the rocks. You quiet your mind and you just start to fall back into your memory, trying to bring up images from your past. Can you tell me one of Eden's memory from when Faye were young?
Unlocked core memory. It's probably going to be because before they were a champion, they were baker at the spring court. So probably learning to bake some scrumptious little rainbow cakes at the Royal Bakery in the spring court.
Okay.
And ending up doing like having like a little like food fight versus actually making anything.
Okay. So you have, and okay, here's another question is I know that you have a few people that you remember from your life. Do you remember their names now? Like, does Fenice remember their names? Or because I didn't have them ready.
We'll make it up. So 2 from that period of time.
Yep.
Okay, so.
Oh, if you don't know, I'll make them up. I got a big list of Fae names. Okay.
Yeah. I'll take note.
So you are playing with Ailish and Namis. Ailish and Namis, you are all young apprentices to the royal court, and you are trying to prepare macarons, and they're very difficult. They won't rise. It started out being really fun. You got to play with sugar and sweets, and then at one point it kind of became work and boring. And instead, you look over, and Ailish has just like dipped their hand into the batter and is like, "It tastes bad. Don't eat it." And immediately Namis comes behind and scoops it again. And he's like, "Oh no, it's so bad." And he like takes one look at you and just throws it at you full speed. Could you give me a dexterity saving throw?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, 23.
23. You matrix dodge out of the way, and it goes right over you and splats on the back of the sous chef who's behind you. And they turn around and say, "All of you, out of the kitchen." And the 3 of you kind of go outside giggling to just like frolic through a meadow, because there aren't really consequences in the spring court. You just kind of are like, go do something else instead. Time is nothing, and you are going through and you start telling each other stories. And in that moment, you're going through this memory, and Eden, you hear a voice, and in the memory, it's coming down from the sky. It says, "Eden, my champion." And you know that it's Vice, your patron. What would you like to do?
Vice? You?
In front of you, like cherry blossoms fluttering from the sky, you see as Ailish and Namis are running through the meadow, and the daisies behind them kick up like a wake, like behind a speedboat, these blossoms, but they flutter up and around instead, catching on currents that you can't see or feel until they coalesce into the shape of Vice. This was before you were Vice's champion, and you know that in your memory. And Vice says to you, "Eden, you're in the spring court."
Yeah.
good to see you here again. Good to remember simple times.
It is. I'm just gonna run towards Vice and just to wrap myself around them.
And you sort of pass through them a little bit, like what you expected the Hallow force field to be. It's like bouncy. Like it kind of gives and then pushes back, and they laugh and kind of scoop you up. You're in your little Eden form, so they scoop you and they just go, "Oh, Eden. Oh, I wish I would have known you when you were just a young fae. I'm sure you would have all sorts of mischievous shenanigans that you got up to."
That's true.
But this, I'm sorry, it's not real, and it's not yours. This is a memory. I found it. I found it in the sea.
The sea.
The Sea of Forgetting. I'm somewhere else right now, and sometimes I don't know why, but I feel like I'm in the sea. And in those moments, floating by like bubbles, sometimes there are memories that I can catch. I've caught a few of my own, but I caught this one of yours.
I was trying to remember about resurrection stuff and the dark ways of doing that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have misunderstood and got the wrong memory, because this memory, it's not about resurrection. It's about death. And you look over on the field and you see Ailish chomping down on a fresh foxglove, just like eating flowers. And as you are all want to do, but they start to kind of choke and look unwell. And Namis runs up to them and goes, "Ailish, what's happening? What's happening?" And you remember this. You remember why this memory stuck in your mind. It was the first time you ever saw someone die. Now you know that Ailish comes back, but there's knowing, and then there's seeing, and there's feeling. And you watch it play out like a movie in front of you. Vice stands by, looking. Says, I'm sorry, I couldn't find you something nicer. This one shone quite brightly. But I do know that you learned quite a bit about poison after this. Poison in flowers.
Makes sense. Okay. I wonder if there's a correlation between poison and this then.
And in that moment in the memory, Namis turns and looks at you and goes, "Eden, help us. Why aren't you helping?" And his face gets bigger and then kind of dissolves into flower petals. And you come to underneath the palm tree and you feel sick to your stomach. Like you made your con save, but you feel very unwell anyway. So I feel like you suddenly have this like muscle memory of yourself choosing to imbibe like flowers to learn about poison, to learn about what's dangerous and what's safe. And you remember these stomach aches of just like when you're like, oh, found one. And that's what you come to.
I am going to get up and slowly walk back to the group. I don't know how long I've been there, but
from everyone else's perspective, Eden's been gone for like 1 minute. Like literally went, sat down, kind of stared into the middle distance for a few minutes, and then came back, but looking unwell. Like all of Fair Eyes are bloodshot, and for kind of hunch over a bit. Yeah.
Where did you go? Did you eat something?
I recovered a core memory from when I was a young.
Oh. And it's made you feel ill?
It was the beginning of something, and Vice was there in the memory with me. Like they were looking at the memory. They found my memory in the sea of forgetful. No, what it?
Sea of forgetting.
Forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
Not a very good sea if you can't keep it forgotten.
What was the memory?
It was about me and two friends. We were playing around, and one of them ate a foxglove, and they died.
Poison.
Hmm.
And why do you think you had this memory now?
I was trying to figure out if there would be something that could explain a way for somebody to access the dark ways of resurrection, like we were talking before.
You mean the way they needed to die in a specific way?
And that's the memory I am covered.
Of poison?
Of me starting to figure out what was safe and what was not.
And Ember, didn't you say that Vasu insisted that he die by poison?
He did, and that's unusual. No one is executed by poison, typically, not, especially not for a crime like his.
Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? Like maybe this was an inside job that they knew, like he paid them off.
What you're thinking.
Well, maybe he paid them off to murder him in a very specific way, so he guaranteed to himself he could come back.
Well, I wonder. That's why I asked if he had an understudy or someone who might want to see him become resurrected, but I think it asks the question, what are these darker magics? Who can perform them? Is it this god of undead? Was the king in on it? I don't know.
I don't think the king was. I think the king hated Voslu at the end.
Yeah, the Voslu was the one that went behind the king's back
to sleep with the king's lover.
Yeah.
But
so who ordered the poison as the method?
It was Voslu, right? Voslu requested it.
But it would have to be approved by the executioner, which would likely be the king.
No? Oh no, the king doesn't deliver executions.
No, but he must have to authorize them.
Well...
And someone who has slighted him as severely.
Well, not really. So, remember when we rescued Cullen?
Yes.
The executioner was there.
Yes. We bribed him.
And
very easily bribable.
Yeah, fairly easily bribed.
Well, yes, and Colin was supposed to be executed by combat, and then that didn't work, and so he was just going to spell him dead, and so I don't know if the method is... We did bribe him fairly easily, didn't we?
We did. Perhaps we could speak to the executioner and bribe him for some more information.
We'd have to find another boat back, though.
Yes, we did explode our boat.
I would rather not cross any large bodies of any water more than I absolutely have to.
And I believe by foot or even by horse, really, like even if we found a way, it would take us way longer than by the river.
Well, what if we just assume that our hypothesis is correct? This is terrible science, but just go with me on this one, all right? So Vazu was about to be executed by probably dismembering or, flaying or something horrendous. And what if he was able to bribe the executioner, just like we did, to have poison instead? I don't know if it would be a particularly large bribe. It's strange. I'm sure the audience wasn't happy. They do love watching people get ripped to shreds. But...
Don't we all?
True.
Relatable.
I suppose it's possible. Perhaps he was planning on, feeding the body to the lions or something like that. And then if Vosloo needed to die by poison for some reason, then his plan may have worked. Which is good, I think, for us. I don't really know.
Theoretically,
Yes.
if he, say, cut off one of his own fingers first to have someone use as part of a necromantic revival before any of that happened, would that not provide, so it wouldn't matter what happened to the rest of his body? We would still be able to resurrect him?
Maybe, perhaps. I don't know if he has anyone he trusts that much. Except, of course, his lover, who died before him.
Yes.
And his lover died how?
Oh, she was killed, defending him. Yes, tragic, really, by the guards, her own guards.
Okay, so
Died in front of him,
definitely-
actually. Bet you that did some damage. Didn't live long to, process the trauma or anything.
But
Well,
then,
whatever is in
yes,
here, then
someone didn't want Vasloo to come here.
Yes. And you said the ruins went the whole way around the pyramid.
The hallowed ground.
Yes.
Yes.
And Eden, when you ran into it, it was a very powerful force field. No give.
Yeah, he broke my nose.
That means that whoever put this up is also very powerful. And a lot of
Yes.
them probably had to work together and quickly. And
they might already know that Vasloo is alive.
perhaps.
How do we find out who did this? And how do we learn more about these darker magics, or who Vasloo's god was or is?
I
Well.
mean, you all probably could get in there. I can't.
Well, I don't really see a door or anything.
Titus immediately tries to walk through the shield tube.
Yeah, you walk right through it.
Found a door.
There's no door. It's just like you walk through to a pyramid.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
gonna
countering
be
anything
like,
that Ember says is
I'm
all.
gonna be like mime, just like
Yeah.
I'm gonna make out with the invisible wall. I licked the invisible wall. Does it tingle?
No, it's like licking glass. It's like licking a glass wall. And you do that.
Sandpaper.
And Estelle pops out of your Bjorn and just starts like a bumblebee against a window, just like bap, 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 bap against the wall. And then she starts imitating your slurping sounds. Just
I'd feel like this would taste more like Pop Rocks. Not necessarily the sugary flavor, but like the fizzing effect. Like a little tingly fizzy.
Do what it tastes like. It tastes like licking batteries.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it tastes like.
Yep.
Where it zaps you a little, but you still keep doing it.
Yeah.
Just like yeah, a little tingle, like a little zap. Yeah.
Little
yeah,
acrid, a little metallic, a little sweet. That's weird. How'd that get in
love
there?
What will you do, Eden, if you can't come inside?
I can totally entertain myself.
But we need you. I need you.
And try to see if they can like
Immediate blush. I turn around and I'm like, I sprawl against the wall, not looking at them.
Titus can also read Primordial. Is it possible that Titus could figure out how to like wipe away one of the ruins to kind of break the seal?
Not really. Like you try to wipe them away and it's like they're not actually, they look like they're the sand, but they're not. They are like the energy imprint is like right on the land where it is. You do know though that every spell has a way to dispel. There is always that. And as your friendly dungeon master,
Yeah.
just gonna, it's a little reminder that you have a key and a bunch of locks.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, I mean, we do have the thing that the pirates wanted to take away from Titus that might fit in every statue that we saw.
You know, I know a few keys that do that too.
Pick one.
Do you think, Titus? I agree that we could pick one, but what if the key gets stuck in a lock after it's been turned? What if it can't take it out anymore?
I mean, if it opens what we need it to open, then we're good.
But what if they all need to be turned?
Could Titus try to make a duplicate of the key to see what happens if we put it in the lock?
I will say it would take a short rest for each duplicate. But also you haven't actually successfully activated the key. So you could only duplicate, like right now I think you figured out like the technology about it, but you haven't even activated the key. So you don't even know like what shape you would be imitating. So no, I take it back.
Okay. Titus would walk back over to the 4 statues. Well, okay, wait. First of all,
Yeah.
have we wasted enough time to be a long rest?
No. You have to sleep for it to be a long rest. That's not how it works.
We just had a long rest.
Yeah, but you get basically I'm going to give you a proper long
Titus
rest.
doesn't want the
This is
exhaustion
like
point. I understand.
the research time before the long rest.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say to chat, hey guys, if you ever consider playing Dungeons and Dragons, this episode is by far the most accurate representation of what it is typically like playing D&D. Just want to make that in case anyone's curious.
Titus
It's a
would
lot
like
of
to try to
figuring
use
out doors.
Titus would like to try to use Spare the Dying on the key. It's a
For
cantrip.
what reason?
Just to see if they can activate it, because it's got a magical. So Titus has been able to figure out that there's something magical that needs to happen to activate the key. The key has some non-mechanical component to it to activate, and that was one of the things that they discovered in their thing. So they're trying various spells that they have to see if anything reacts to cause the key to activate.
Could you
So
tell me about the cantrip Spare the Dying? What kind
it
of
says
magic?
you touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
Okay.
But the object is technically not living, but not dead either.
It is. That's fine. What school of magic is it?
Necromancy.
So you hold this and cast Spare the Dying on what is surely a construct. You know this as an artificer's trinket, and it reacts. It seems to kind of warm in your hand, and you kind of hear the ticking of gears, and then you finish the cantrip, and it goes inert once more, back to its original temperature. Close but no cigar.
I take it back. That's fucking smart as fuck. I didn't realize there was a spell. I thought you were literally just like deep de doop. I'm just gonna cast.
Well, I mean, they I think that's the only necromancy spell that I
got a
have.
necromancy spell if you want.
Titus would look over at Eden, knowing that they are a keeper of many spells.
On the
Are ya?
yeah,
Okay. Titus would be like,
but I'm close by.
Hey, Eden.
Hmm?
So what? This is really interesting. We're trying to figure out how to make this work. And this makes it do something, but not enough. And I would do it again, Spare the Dying. Like I would just lightly tap on the center of the key with the Spare the Dying, and it like glows for a half a second. You can hear a little bit of a starting of a click, and it spools up and then just spools down and dies. I think this is related to the necromancer, and I think this needs a different kind of necromantic touch than what I currently can give. Do you got anything in that field that might be of interest?
I got one thing that I can try.
Mm-hmm.
That is necromancy magic. I'm going to cast For Whom the Bell Toll. Toll the Dead.
Toll the
Ooh, you cast Toll the Dead. Could you read that spell to me, please?
Yeah. You point at one creature you can see within range, and the sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around it for a minute. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take necrotic damage. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it takes more damage.
Okay. You cast this, and everyone just hears this boom, boom, as this deathly bell tolls, and the same thing happens. The box sort of warms up, it reacts, and then it fizzles away. Like it's an engine that is kind of revving but won't turn over. And on that note, my little problem-solving puzzle friends, let's take a quick break. Let's drop some $25, and we're going to come back right in time for a wild magic surge. Thank you, Free Gig. DJ Ellie, take the aux cable.
Hey, do you want to just put the BRB and then crank that shit?
Okay, don't take the aux cable. The mics are hot, but so are you. 3, 2, hello everybody, and welcome back to your favorite door puzzles. I'm No Man, and also God, and these are my 3 little beans who are doing their darndest to solve my riddles 3.
Does it make me a kidney bean? Because when I get stones, it's a pain in your side.
When you get stoned, it's a pain in my side.
Get it? Because kidney stones.
I've never seen you stoned. I feel like you would.
Then I'm doing a good job. Because I've definitely been maybe stoned during D&D.
I was going to say, with certain people, I feel like it goes the other way. In any case, don't do drugs, kids. Hey.
Unless it's legal. And you're of legal age.
Damn it. Stay in school.
I'm in California.
Stay in school. Listen.
Or move to California.
I mean, it's recreationally legal in Arizona too now.
Hey, let's go.
Oh my. Okay, you know what? Shut up. Everybody shut the fuck up. Okay. You are gathered around in a little circle, like little guys, just in a circle around this weird key thing, box thing. And Eden, you have it in your hand. Do you want to do any? Are you going to look at it, or are you going to?
Well, I cast Toll the Dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. It
Doesn't
didn't
work.
Are we sure?
You know what worked though?
Tell
Wild
me.
magic worked.
It's
That's
true.
what worked.
So you cast Toll the Dead, and
Yeah.
you just like you just went through a sort of like you just recovered a memory. It's
Yeah, and you know what happens in those moments? Caster is now prone on a pool chair, sipping a frozen margarita, wearing a pair of sunglasses.
Is that the search?
That is the search.
That's cool as hell.
okay.
I just was like, wait, hey, where did you get the margarita?
You teleport back over to where you were recovering your memory underneath the palm tree, except now you've got a full lounge chair
And sunglasses for each set of eyes.
Yeah,
Yes, I have like
the
4.
whole way up.
Oh, the thin
Wait.
ones, the ones that kind of like
They look like dragonfly. They look like dragonflies,
Yeah,
and they're like the many wings of dragonflies.
Can at
Exactly,
least
yep.
one set be though the like curly straw glasses, and it's
100%. The ones in the middle.
Okay,
the
and then-
the ones on my actual eyes are
Mm.
those ones.
Okay,
yeah.
and then it goes into your margarita, and you don't even need to bring it close to you. It's just like this poolside lounge, and
Elder Blur's Creation, thank you so much for that donation. A frenemy you want?
oh,
What is a
Oh, no.
frenemy?
I'm afraid.
Okay, I have one. And when I say, okay,
Hot guy with tattoo under eye.
listen, that's just a friend. But in
Is it enemies to lover kind of a friend though?
you guys remember, there've been a lot of Blur's Creations on this show. There've been a lot. Okay.
Yep.
And there's one that I do feel viscerally upset. Elephant in particular. A guy with just a very feline demeanor.
Yes.
Our boy Bias
love that.
Merch, the cat
Yes,
man.
bias. Bias. Let's go.
Well, the thing
That
is
might have
this-
been one of my stoned episodes because I don't remember this one.
that was Sappho's. A lot happened on Sappho's.
Oh, okay.
I will say, here's what happens though. This is a fantasy Egyptian pyramid, and it is in ruins. And you guys are just around, and you look and you hear behind you, meow, 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 meow. And turn and see what is a fluffy calico cat with just a human woman's face. It's a cat girl.
Arcadia starts sneezing.
She says, yeah.
Can we softly code it as the calico is in the appearance of the Animal Crossing Anka character,
Yeah, it's
the
Anka.
Egyptian cat?
Yeah. It's Anka energy, but with a human face. She's a cat. And she kind of like saunters over. Meow.
These friends of yours, and point at Anubis.
No. I don't wake the dead.
Where did you come from?
The pyramid.
Oh, do you live here?
Yes. I'm a guardian.
You catch a lot of mice in the pyramid.
No. I scare the undead.
By the way,
Scare
Titus
the undead away.
doesn't
Yes.
still know what a cat is, by the way.
And also Arcadia's eyes are watering because at one
They're
point
allergic.
I did say that Arcadia was allergic to cats.
Yeah, the cat
Um,
immediately goes up to you in particular and starts like brushing against your leg.
He's gonna start to get like itchy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Titus turns to Eden. This looks like
But Eden is not there.
Eden is at the beach.
Chilling at the hotel
I
motel
misty
Holiday Inn.
stepped over here at the Holiday Inn.
Mm.
I think we
looks
were
like-
like a little bit over here, and now I'm back here. And if you say something like Eden, and you realize you're not there, you just hear the
Like the end of the drink, like the.
Yep, you know exactly what I'm.
Is this one of Hemlock's? Because Hemlock had that. What was their pet called again?
Beast.
Displacer beast. Yeah. I'm like,
Displacer beast.
is this another displacer beast?
No,
This
I'm a
is
kitty cat.
This is a cat.
Meow.
That's not what a cat looks like, right? Is it? Titus has no idea still what a cat is.
And what is your name, kitty cat?
Misty. Misty Fellies.
Misty. How long have you lived here?
Always.
I'm dreadfully allergic, but you're just so cute. And she's gonna crouch down and like put her hand out so that if Misty wanted to, they could definitely like headbutt and like get some scritches. But
Wow.
like only if Misty wants, because cats are fickle.
She does.
You can't come on too strong with a cat, you know.
This cat specifically loves people who are allergic to her more than any.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's covered in hives at this point.
Yeah.
Titus isn't allergic. They certainly am not a fan of cat hair.
And
So
Misty's-
they would definitely not touch them.
And Misty's like, now you're calico too. Because you have big patches. Hives all over you.
I suppose I do. And why did you seek us out?
Oh. You were doing necromancy. And that's bad.
Oh,
Do you see any undead around here? I don't think we were doing anything necromancy.
is necromancy forbidden around here?
No, I just don't like it.
You don't like it. Is there something that you like better?
Scritches.
Oh, well, I've got tons of those and like double scritches. Trying to get a good purr starting. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm trying to get more information now. All right, so necromancy is bad and you like scritches, but when it comes to magic, is there a particular school that you enjoy?
Yes. I like reading books about magic.
What have you learned in those books, pretty girl?
Give me a persuasion check. Actually, no, give me an animal handling check.
Okay.
I feel like at this point, Titus would like open their watch and start talking to their fire elemental and be like,
how's it going, Titus?
24.
do you know what a cat is?
Yeah, I'm a cat sometimes. Meow. Ha.
And then I like turn the watch around to face it towards
No, that one's all
Mistopheles.
fucked up. That one's face. That one's bad. I don't want to see that anymore. Put me back.
Here, you tell them, and I like make the construct and like now watches cat.
Oh, come on, no. I don't want
I'm
a
not
friend
gonna
like
tell them
this.
to their face.
Okay, you're just
You
gonna
tell
make me
'em.
talk to myself, and it's fine. Hey, what the fuck are you? I'm Misty. Why do you fucking look like that? Why do you look like that? You're made of lava and fake. I don't know about this. I could fight you, probably. I don't know. I'm new to having limbs, but I think I could fight.
You'd win.
Yeah, I would win. Thank you. She goes, no, I would win.
Titus looks over at the watch and then looks back at the weird face cat and then back at the watch. And you're like, should we put money on it?
Because you're very strong, aren't you?
No, I just fight really dirty and have
Oh,
access to dark magic.
dark magic.
Yes.
You're
Hey,
so
hey,
clever.
hey.
How did you manage
Titus
that?
Titus takes out the key. Would you maybe do some dark magic on this for us?
This
24
one?
animal handling, by the way.
Yeah, she loves you.
Mm.
Misty is your friend now.
Sick.
Y'all are gonna make me do this fucking voice while you interrogate this NPC. Okay, all right,
You
team.
picked the voice.
Yeah, it is part of the bit. She's a cat girl named Misty Opheles. Okay?
Oh, woo.
Ooh,
Ooh.
woo.
Yeah.
Don't look up the Ankh dance.
I
Or
know.
two. We all know.
We all know.
The animation was really good, though, if you like art.
Yeah.
Yeah, art is why you were interested in it.
You, touch my box with your magic.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. So Misty, what did you ask her again? You asked her to touch your box. Okay.
With dark magic.
She goes, "Oh, this one needs a blood offering. See? See how it has a skull and veins? That's how you know it needs a blood offering."
Titus slowly pulls out their knife and is still looking at the cat.
Will any blood do?
I don't know. I'm just a kitty.
Yes, but you're very smart, aren't you?
That's
You
true.
like touching shiny things, right? And Titus like kind of flashes their knife a little bit.
I'm
'cause
not
it's
stupid.
made out of
I've
acidic.
read the sacred tomes.
I'll do it. Arcadia.
No, and Titus cuts their own hand and puts it on the key. They're not
Okay.
going to let their friends get hurt for their ideas.
So you cut your hand, and then immediately, as soon as your blood touches the sort of engraving, it seeps in and then seems to move out in all 8 directions at the exact same time and extends. And she goes, "Now it's time for some necromancy. I don't like it, but you can do it."
Titus touches the box again and casts false. Wait, what was the one that I...
The
Shoot.
spell you're looking for is Spell the Dying.
Spare the die. That's the one. Yes. Titus hits Spare the Dying again, touching it with the blood on it.
As you cast Spare the Dying, you see your blood just starts to seep right into the metal that it makes and gives it a patina, like it's worn with age and finished or by fire. And in that, from it extend out the teeth. And you now see that this is an operational key. Congratulations, you solved my box riddle.
Like, you coerced your
Open the box.
kitty.
Literally.
I
Tell me
And
about
by
my
you
box.
solved my box riddle, I mean chat, some elder curse summoner came in, summoned you an uwu fucking Misty Feliz. And then you just did a really good job interrogating her. So that still counts as solving it, frankly.
Titus still wants the pocket watch to fight the cat.
Yeah, I mean, I'll fight her any day. Oh, you just say when, I'll start swinging. She's about to catch these hands. Get it? Get it? Because I'm a clock. I'm a clock her. Ha!
Titus is like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Titus like leans over to Arcadia. We're like, I'm going to put money on the cat.
They're both cats.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I don't think you know what a cat looks like.
Neither of these look like cats. One is made of like gears and lava, and the other one has a face. Okay.
At this point, Titus is like, well, that's interesting. Now we figured that out. I'm going to go to bed.
Oh, wait, good night.
Like to sleep before we blow shit up and get blown up.
Misty, do you
Yeah.
live inside the pyramid or
Yes.
what's it like in there?
It is full of traps and very dangerous.
Oh, but
Do
I
you
bet
have a
you're
favorite trap?
clever little kitty who could guide us on our way.
Maybe.
Titus like pulls out fish from their pocket because they keep some for the pocket watch all the time.
Oh, thank you. I'm vegan, though.
I mean, Pescatarian?
No,
It's adjacent.
he's not.
And gives it to the pocket watch instead.
Oh,
right.
yeah. Oh, man, you got me some salmon? Ah, you splurging. You spoil me, Titus.
Yeah, well, you know, you
Freshly
are my
smoked.
Is it
friend.
could it be a rainbow trout instead because gay?
Gay.
I was going to say a smoked salmon because Titus is always lighting shit on fire.
That does make sense.
Every day's a barbecue when you're Titus.
I mean, grilled rainbow trout is also flaming hot.
Okay. It's rainbow.
Rainbow trout is freaking delicious if you've never had it, by the way, too.
Anne is also vegan and has no idea.
So is cellophane.
Sorry. But I've heard great things about stuff you find
Fish
in the
bones.
ocean.
Yes.
Love
Yeah.
seaweed. Sure, that's in the
Seaweed
same
is
vein.
delicious. Is seaweed salad actually seaweed?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so consistent in texture, which makes me really like it. But I feel like that's something unnatural.
$100
So it's
car
processed.
says cats are obligate carnivores, so a vegan cat is the most sus part. Really, that's the sus part and not the human face and the speaking?
So the second that you said that the cat was vegan, and I was like, well, actually, they're the in my head. But then I was like, no, it has a human face. It can decide to.
Y'all out
Is it
here-
walking on all fours or is it walking on its back two legs?
Right now it's walking on all fours. It's also cat-sized.
Hmm.
But you might have remember. Actually, no, you don't remember anything about bias. For
I
people who
do.
have been scarred by bias, you might remember some other things that can happen.
Yeah, they can always invert to human body and cat.
With a cat
face.
face. Oh no.
I think that did happen, and then he just start licking his genitals in in man form.
And he
I
also
you guys-
was just frolicking
You
on
sure
the
I
beach
was there?
for the entirety of that.
I mean,
Was I there
physically
for that
that you were
episode?
there. I don't know mentally if you were there.
Remember what I said about you never know if I. Wow, I must have been.
Who's to say?
Veganism equals dark magic, yes.
Well, no, she used good magic. Don't do dark magic.
You know, cat tongues aren't bad touch. They're just spicy touch.
Okay, everybody go to bed now. Anybody going to stay
I
up and
have
take
been
watch?
already passed out with
Arcadia
my
will-
margarita.
Arcadia will stay up.
Great.
She has full everything already.
You still have
Titus
to. You
would
still have to
ask
rest,
what their
though,
favorite trap is, though.
because otherwise you'll get exhaustion because it is another day.
That's fine. But like,
If I get to take a long rest, does that mean I'm no longer at level 1 of exhaustion?
Yes. Okay. So first watch is Arcadia. Second watch.
you only have to sleep 4 hours. So
I only need 4 hours.
Okay. So second watch can be eaten. Titus
Yeah.
can just sleep. All right.
Titus is just going to sleep like the princess they are.
Arcadia and Eden, could you both give me perception checks?
Oh hell yeah! And I get advantage with my 4 sets of eyes.
Sure.
Oof. Oof.
4.
Yeah, Arcadia got 4. Eden
21
got
for
21.
me.
A 21 for you.
Yeah.
Okay, Arcadia, you're on first watch, and you do not notice as Mistopheles sneaks into Titus's tent and sleeps directly on their face. The way cats do.
Seems correct.
Yeah.
Eden, you got
Yeah.
20 something?
21.
Okay, with a 21, you notice there's some shit going on here. Like, you just can feel like the churning of power beneath you, like something is happening. But it's like this sort of like, you know, the feeling when the air is so humid that you know a thunderstorm is coming?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the vibe. But there doesn't seem to be any predators or anything like that, and you are able to make it through the night.
Okay. I will note it down. I'm like, I thought it was the tequila, but I guess.
And in the morning, Arcadia, you wake up and Misty shows up and goes "Bleh," and presents you with a book.
Oh,
I bought this for you.
thank you so much. What is it?
It's
like
a
to-
book of the dead.
Hmm. What kind of dead?
Dead.
All of them.
Some of them.
Hmm.
They live, well, they don't live here. They die here. There's also a book of life.
Oh, this is the Book of the Dead.
Yes.
Why did you think that I might find this interesting in particular?
Well, I found it and I like you, so I brought it to you.
Oh, thank you so much.
I
Can
would
I
have
read
bought
it?
you a dead bird, but I'm vegan.
So am I.
Oh, wow.
Another thing we have in common. Well, how about I read it to you? Would you like that?
Yes, please.
Okay, I would like to read the book.
Just out loud, random page.
Okay. So Book of the Dead. Book of the Dead.
Are we all awake?
I think Titus is still asleep.
I technically sleep only 4 hours, so
Okay, I'm looking for there's a hummingbird on my feeder. Okay, I am looking to see if I recognize like basically I'm trying to see if this has any answers. So I want to see if I recognize any of the people from the statues in the book. And then I would like to know if anything about like potentially the god of undead, the necromancer god that Vazlu worshipped, anything about that, if it's relevant in this book.
Okay. So you start just kind of rifling through the book. And you find pictures of all the gods that are depicted on the statues.
Great.
And you are able to identify them all from the book. You know that in addition to Anubis and Orcus, the BDSM queen is Leviatar, who is the goddess of sort of pain and punishment.
Mommy? Sorry, mommy? Sorry.
Well, maybe.
Mommy?
And the skeletal figure is Mellifleur, who is the god of necromancy.
yep.
And when you kind of deep dive on the section in Mellifleur, you see that there are lots of like prayers and incantations to Mellifleur, lots for like releasing and holding spirit. Most of it seems pretty positive. Like they don't call themselves dark magics. But yeah, that's mostly what it's talking about. You do find allusion to a ritual for eternal life that is legend to be given, that Mellifleur gives to his like greatest disciples. And as you kind of look through this, you see that it says in there that upon your return, you will be both less and more than you ever were, greater, stronger, but you will hunger and you will need.
Thank you for bringing this to me. It's very interesting. So you're a guardian of this, of this pyramid, and
The whole city.
of the whole city.
Yeah, I'm very strong.
Did someone put you up to this? Did someone ask you to do this?
No, it's just sort of my destiny. You know, as a cat.
Yes. Okay. And do you have friends down there in the pyramid?
There are more cats.
There are. And do they look like you?
Nobody looks like me. I'm unique in the world.
That is true. Have you ever heard of Vazlu?
Oh, yeah. Some people came around recently, and they were talking a lot about him. I did not like them. They were very noisy.
Mm-hmm.
And they put all these ruins around here that make me itch.
Oh, what if we got rid of those ruins? Would that make you happy?
Yes, please.
All right. Well, let's go wake the others.
Okay.
Okay, so
Titus,
first,
you're covered in fur. I just want you to know.
Titus is also highly allergic to cats. They did not know because they don't know what a cat is. And their watch doesn't make them itch because it's not made out of fur.
Arcadia is first going to wake Ember up and just like sit on the edge of her bed with a book.
Good morning. Oh, a book. How wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. The Book of the Dead.
Yes.
I thought this was just a legend.
It's a rare book.
Oh, it's unique in the world.
Well, I'm honored. Misty gave it to me.
Oh,
The cat.
the strange cat. Oh, all right. I might be a bit suspicious about that myself, but as you were. Okay. So,
Well, it seems to identify, and she's going to flip to the page of Malifleur.
oh, we
I
have a
think-
necromancer. How wonderful.
Yes, so I think that this might be the god of the undead who Vaslu was worshipping. And see, look at this bit. And
Yes.
is going to point to the eternal life ritual.
Eternal life ritual. Ugh. All right. Well, I mean, that does sound like something Vasily would pursue.
Hello, good morning. And I come in, I have all the sunglasses still, and like
Wow.
I'm still carrying like my margarita.
Oh,
Did-
it's so early to be having margarita.
Did you have a good night?
Alcohol barely does anything to me anyway.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's not strong enough here in the mortal realms.
Oh. And
You
then
need to like try the shit that is over in the Feywild, man.
I'm gonna say, like, in that second is when Titus walks in, and because Ember is Ember, she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, what is wrong with your face?"
Why does it look
Oh
more
my
similar
god,
to
hello!
yours?
We have another cat friend with human face.
Eden,
That's so
meet
cute.
Misty. Misty, Eden, I think you'll get on quite well.
Hello.
Hi, Misty.
I bought a book.
Ooh.
Yes,
Oh,
look,
what a smart kitty.
very smart.
Um, and so, okay, I'm gonna say you're all in the same tent now.
Okay, so we all have this information.
Yes. Just gonna say everyone has shared this intel. You all know about that there is a ritual for powerful wizards that is bestowed upon them by Malifleur, the god of necromancy, that allows them to have eternal life in a way that makes them both less and more.
I wonder what that means.
Well, you know, I always thought it was weird that Vazlu has a sarcophagus because he didn't have a body.
Right.
So why they put him in a sarcophagus? I mean, he put his own sarcophagus there. Oh, in there. And she points at the pyramid.
Oh, wait. Fazlu is inside?
Oh no, Vazlu's sarcophagus isn't inside. He put it there and put his own name on it. So that's how I know it's hid.
So you've met him
Yes.
before or after his death?
Before.
Hmm.
After that, they had some ashes that they put in there. But then they just did the woods. I didn't like that.
Was it someone from the city?
Oh my god.
What?
What if
What?
the walls,
The walls.
invisible walls,
Keep him
the
in?
ones that broke my nose, is to keep him in instead of like
Yeah, maybe it's
keeping
not
us out.
a field, but just a wall.
Would
Yeah,
I
maybe
know
it's not
if
hallowed inside.
If the hallow spell works like that.
So basically the hallow spell means that like undead fey fiend blah blah blah, blah can't move in there. But they also can't, like, you can't summon undead on hallowed ground.
But for example, if before the ground was hallowed, if there were undead inside, does it act as a force field barrier both directions?
So it's not a force field. It feels like a force field to Eden because Faye can't get past it, but it's the whole surface. It goes the whole way through. So if there were undead when the ground was hallowed, they would either be like perish instantly or be immobilized or unsummoned or something. They would not be able to just continue living. Be squeezed.
Misty, right? Misty?
Hello.
Hi. You said that like there were some people coming through that put that
Yes.
thing around there.
Yes.
And it was after they brought the ashes into the sarcophagus.
Same day, but after, yeah.
I look at the others like, yeah, they're keeping it stuck there.
But
Do you know who they were? Do you have like do you remember how
It was
they looked
so
like?
weird because they were wearing these very fancy robes, but no pants.
from Footpants, yeah.
What's that?
It's a city not far from here.
Oh,
Illegal to wear pants there.
Yes, they don't wear pants.
weird. I,
I
do
mean,
not
if
wear
you'd
pants
see them
it's
because
double
really
cheeked up on a
hot.
Sunday, I was gonna say if you'd
It's
seen them
really
double
warm.
cheeked up on a Sunday afternoon, you wouldn't think it was so weird either.
yeah.
But Eden, I understand. I want to go with your theory, but I have a question. And if we know what we know about the dark magics, it wouldn't matter if his ashes were there or not for him to be resurrected. If he died by poison and was granted this eternal life ritual, why would it matter?
I don't know. Maybe he was a piece of shit.
That would make a difference.
What do you think it means that you will hunger?
Maybe it means he needs a snack.
I mean, there are all different kinds of hungers in the
Can you
world.
repeat that part with the hunger? I don't think I was here. And
It says here in the book, upon your return, you will be less and you will be more than you ever were, but you will hunger and you will need. What do you think that means?
well, if it returns, right? If Fazlu returns as a dark summoning, undead dark summoning, right? Of necromancy, of dark magic, maybe it will forever hunger for what it's missing, but it's more powerful. So it could just fuck shit up and just have this hunger and need of getting back what he doesn't have anymore. But I believe that after you do something like that, like it's really hard to like come back from it.
This skeleton god is a fiend.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's different ways that you can hunger for things. You know, maybe hunger means a hunger for knowledge, could be a hunger for booty, you know, maybe it's not a bad thing.
That would be awesome, Titus, but we're talking about like really fucked up dark magic here. I don't think it's gonna be like hunger for ass. I'm so sorry,
necromancy.
but I don't think that is going to.
As
work
someone who
that
has
way.
recently resurrected yourself, I feel like it's a little specialist to assume that all necromancy is bad per se. Like, I feel like there's
Titus,
room for
I'm gonna like
necromancy in
grab
this
your
world.
face. Titus, we are talking about the Book of the fucking Dead here.
You were dead, and now you're not. Is that bad?
No, but we didn't do a ritual from this book, did we?
No, I don't know what ritual Hemlock did.
That's what I'm talking about. This is dark magic. This is bad. This is bad vibes.
Arcadia's gonna crouch
Bad
down,
vibes. Magic.
and whisper to Misty, "Have you ever met a vampire?"
Yes.
Arcadia's gonna look at the party.
Have you?
Not to my knowledge.
Have you ever
I
met
did
a
once.
skeleton?
The vampire is really attractive and persuasive. He kept me well fed while I kept him well fed. It was a really nice
Are you a
couple of
fwal?
weeks. A what?
A swal? Swal.
Thrall.
Yeah, that would.
I don't think so. I mean,
Sounds like
I
something
accidentally
a swal would
murdered
say.
them at the
No,
end of the
they're
week.
just like this all the fucking time. This is the
I was gonna.
normal.
I accidentally murdered them at the end of the week, and I didn't die, which I think thralls die when their masters die, don't they
Okay,
not?
listen, everyone, shut up.
Okay.
Are we dealing with the vampire?
Oh, I don't think there's any vampires in now. There were sometimes. Sometimes
There
Vazu
could-
would come and just do and make all sorts of things. There were mummies and vampires, and sometimes there were
Zombies?
skeletons. Sometimes there were zombies. But mostly they just mind their business. But not now. Now it's very quiet.
Well, it sounds like whoever erected the spell around this tomb didn't like whatever experiments Foslu was doing before and erected this to stop him. But if he was doing that all before and it wasn't causing problems before,
The spell was
I don't think he's a bad person.
The spell was cast after he died.
yeah, because I think they wanted to keep him out because I think they feared he'd come back, which
Or in,
as a necromancer, that's a
according
real.
to Eden.
I think they are trying to keep him locked in.
Oh.
And what do you think, little cat?
I think I miss having the skeletons to chase around. They used to be scared of me, and I would chase them.
Well,
And they can't move around now.
No, they're gone. There's piles of bones.
Well,
sounds
if
like
if
Was
it's
that after
hallowed
the spell
ground,
was cast?
Yeah.
yeah, they probably annihilated every undead that or fiend
He's
creature
bowing.
that was there.
That's
regardless of if Foslu is in there or not,
Mm.
our original goal was to find him to get his help. So if he's
That is
trapped in there,
true.
we do need to let him out so that we can gain his favor and then he would hopefully help us, right?
All right. All in favor of using the key to unlock
That is already cutting their
to
hand. and
unlock the
slamming it.
skeleton god, break down this barrier, and free Vazlu. Say aye.
Bloody hand up in the air. The key's already opening.
I don't know about this, but I'm in the minority here, so
Well, I think we should all unanimously decide. Eden, what
I
are your concerns? Share your thoughts.
that if a bunch of people did some really intense, powerful magic to keep a necromancer inside, that was creating undead, which were not good because we all know that vampires, mummies, and skeletons and undead and zombies are not good.
Sometimes they're fun to chase.
Sure, that's besides the point. Not everybody scares them, and they also feed on people, so not the best. And if it was actually to keep whatever Fazlu was after, like, under wrap, we're just gonna free his ass. And you know how it goes. That's my concern, that we're going to unleash something not
Aiden,
great
do you
over
think
everybody.
you could study the types of magics these runes were cast so we could find out what sort of powerful caster we're looking for?
Well,
Maybe
when-
I could help. She's
when
gonna
we
put
were-
her hand on your hand.
Freeze.
Test cat gay.
Yay!
When I don't remember anymore what I was saying. I'm so sorry. I
Yeah. Yay.
yanked out.
Gay.
What
Yes.
do you think it would be possible for us to re-erect this spell in a way that only creates the trap of it, but not hallowed ground inside, so we could go in, negotiate, discuss,
I'm afraid
and if we don't like the terms, we could just leave.
I'm not powerful enough to do that.
Oh, I remember again. During our little encounter on the boat, I was reading the mind of the pirates that attacked the boat. They wanted the key,
Yes.
the one that Titus has,
Yes.
and they wanted to protect it.
Protect it.
Hmm.
From
Oh, you met the pirates?
Have you met the pirates?
Yeah.
Do you know the pirates?
Yeah. They sail around here all the time.
Oh,
Are they the same people that cast this thing?
No.
were they wearing pants?
They were wearing robes, and one of them was a bean.
Yes, that does sound
Yeah, that
like the
does sound
Pirates of
like
the
that.
Caribbean. Yes.
Mm.
Are they friends of yours?
They also chase around the undead, and sometimes they scare the undead more than I do, and I don't like that.
Competition.
Yeah, but no, mostly they're okay. They just, the skeleton they leaves the necropolis. They bonk. Skeleton tries to get in the water, bonk. But that
Okay,
doesn't
so-
happen very often because I'm very good at my job.
Yes. No one
You are
doubted you.
great at your job, yes.
Thank you.
So, do we think they might have been our allies that we accidentally murdered?
You murdered them?
I mean, we abandoned ship. I'm not sure we.
That's so
murdered
many
them.
more skeletons
not
for me.
all of them.
It was self-defense.
Yeah, they were coming in pretty
They came on strong.
Mhm.
Oh.
They didn't even bother talking to us and seeing what was going on. Like, they just mobbed us,
Yes, not very diplomatic.
Okay, my beautiful friends, we're gonna take a 5-minute break. It's time for we had to skip over our last break, and when we come back,
We have to have a decision.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. I think you should follow your own heart. It might be beneficial to you. Who's to say? Not I.
Who's to say? We will see.
We will see.
Yeah.
Biao bui.
Biao bui.
I hate this fucking voice, you guys.
It's my favorite one that you've ever done.
It's my favorite. So good.
I mean,
fucking good.
if you make the cat change into the reverse again, you
Yeah.
can change the voice up because the vocal cords will have changed.
It
in
will
the
just
shift.
be Woa. A Woa ooh woo voice. This is fine. Ready?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Be Gay, Do Crime, a D&D actual play that is definitely a game of Dungeons & Dragons and not a reimagining of the 1999 cinematic masterpiece The Mummy starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. I'm Gnome Anne, and I am your ticking time bomb, about to make these guys make a fucking choice.
Nuh-uh. No.
As they struggle to open a door for an hour. Hello, all my beautiful interlopers. Welcome. It's so lovely to have you.
It's RP.
Now I have to say that we're not struggling to
IP
open
more
the door.
like it, because y'all about to die if you don't open a fucking door.
We're struggling to decide whether or not we should. We figured out how. We're just trying to
Well,
agree if we should.
We think we figured out how.
Everybody wants to open the door and unleash evil, and
Mhm.
I am the one being like, maybe we should think about this.
Yeah,
Also,
but we're
okay.
doing this for you because
on.
we need this
I
for
just need
you.
to tell the Raiders something, because they just came in. A bunch of new people came in, and the first NPC they're going to meet me acting is
Is it
fucking
Rue?
Misty Fleas.
well.
Listen, we have a thing here.
It's
we
the
summon,
best.
we summon Blurst Creations. The worst things. It's a cat girl who guards the city of the dead. Her name is Misty Feliz. She is a cat with a human face, and she talks in an ooh-woo voice. Okay, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Never apologize. Wait.
All right.
Oh, can she look like this? I'm trying to just be more relatable to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Great.
Oh my God! What have I
Good
done?
and, good and great.
She's a calico, but we've all agreed that she looks like Anka from Animal Crossing
Yeah,
slash
you
animation that you may or may not
horny
know.
fucks. Okay, chat's trying to be like, she's part of the cast now. Misty for new PC. All right, team.
We'll bring her back
Part of
for
the crew,
bias.
part of the cast.
And they fell in love.
Can you imagine? That would be so cute.
Uh-oh, I hear a rumbling in the ground. I wonder what that means.
I don't know.
Titus immediately goes through the barrier and sits on the top first level or the first row of bricks to get off of the sand.
Oh. Oh no, I was being facetious. I know what it means. I live in the desert.
What does it mean?
Sandworms.
Excuse me?
Titus picks up their
Sandworms?
feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go inside now because they will eat us.
Oh.
Where's the door, Misty?
Oh, you can't fit in my door.
Is there a door that I could fit in?
Not unless you open it.
How do I open the door?
I don't know. Normally, they just come and just do some magic or leave an offering or bring something dead. Do you have any dead things?
Not on me.
What if it was recently dead and Titus looks over at Eden?
Um,
I am going to end up murdering you back.
You know what? That would be fair though.
this is a strange energy you've brought to the studio. Okay. I'm gonna go now because I do not want to be eaten by sandworms today.
I think
Okay.
you guys were gonna have to open this door
Okay, fine.
because we're not gonna leave you out here in the sand. We could get on the pyramid. You
Yep,
cannot.
I am casting mage armor on myself.
Misty's doing that thing where she walks away like at a cat trot with like a floofy tail behind her. Her little calico floof. Do 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 do. And then climbs up onto the pyramid and kind of like disappears in a, like, you know how cats are liquid? It's like a space
Yes.
this big that she somehow managed to like
Yes.
turn her head sideways and go into the
Yep.
pyramid.
I know exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, Eden, did you change your mind?
I mean, I don't think there's any other way around it. Yeah, I don't want to be eaten by a giant worm. Sounds bad.
Yeah, I'm tremoring to picture it, indeed. Titus slashes their hand. Does Ember, any last suggestions before we open this door, Ember?
I hate worms.
Yeah, okay, same. Titus cuts their hand, slaps it on the key, casts the spell again. It's spare the dying on the key.
Yep.
So it activates. All the keys
The
shoot
key
out after.
activates. The teeth out.
Titus runs over to the skeletal statue and slams it in the keyhole. I was paying attention.
You did. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, team, for thinking thoughts. Arcadia, you feel it. You feel that sort of tingle of hallowed ground as the sand around you starts jumping and shaking with the tremors of approaching monsters. You see as that iridescence, those primordial ruins just start to blow away. And that weight leaves. And then from the rubble, you see slowly coming to their bodies, skeletons start to rise up out of the sand. And they are starting to move, but they are slow. And when you look past them to the pyramid, you can see an outline of a door. Just a seam in the stone with a wispy sort of green magic seeping through that you now recognize fondly, or maybe not so fondly, as necromantic power.
Can you describe the green? Sorry, green.
Green magic, like little, like smoke, almost like, not quite smoke, like steam more than that. Like green steam is coming out from the seam around the door. So you couldn't see it. It's perfectly camouflaged until this little like amount come through. And you just recognize this as very indicative of necromancy magic.
Okay. Arcadia's going to grab Eden's hand. And with her other hand, she's going to, from around her neck, like she's wearing a necklace with the symbol of Venus on it, and she's gonna like pull it off, and she's gonna run towards the skeletons and present her holy symbol to turn the faithless.
Oh shit!
Ooh, fun!
So that's a whiz save for them, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that skeletons aren't very wise?
No, they're not. This is very good.
Does a 9 pass?
No, it doesn't. Sorry.
Heck. Okay, so what happens? They literally start fleeing?
Yeah, so
If they're not destroyed immediately.
I don't think they are is turned for a minute or until they take damage. So I think they just turn from me.
Okay. So it's
that's
like
a cleric
Moses
thing. Never
parting
mind.
the Red Sea. Arcadia has her holy symbol extended and runs into this rising tide of skeletons from the sand, and they part for her and turn away, creating this path right to the pyramid.
Titus immediately picks up their cat and grabs their sister Ember's hand by the wrist and just drags them after Eden and Arcadia.
Hey, all right, let's go. I was going to run. I don't know why
You're
you're like
slow. Let's go.
You're not going to make me faster. And they run with you.
Yep.
Well, here goes nothing. And she's gonna go through the door.
Okay. You get to the door and it seems to like it needs some sort of engagement. Like it's still there, but you inspect it and you immediately see the same symbol you saw on the key. The engraved skull face with the radiating out veins from it.
Titus, is that wound still fresh?
Titus is still dripping and just slaps their hand and the key on it as well and casts the cantrip spare the dying again.
And the door opens, and just as it does, you see behind you the sand just expands into a pit, like, God, what's that word? You know when there's like a sudden drop pit, that a sinkhole appears. And a few of the skeletons, this meme so hard, I can't say the real word anymore. A few of the skeletons that were fleeing just are immediately sucked right in, and you hear the crunching and gnawing of teeth on bones directly behind you.
Does the door open with my key?
Yes,
Slap.
it does.
We go in.
And you pass into the pyramid. You walk through the doorway, and the door shuts behind you. And it is quiet and pitch black.
Titus would use produce flame.
Yeah.
To light the darkness.
I have dark vision.
I don't. Wait, do I have darkness?
Hey, dark vision doesn't work in absolute darkness.
Oh,
No, it
shit.
does.
Is it Oh, does
It actually does.
So that was
no,
double sight.
magical darkness. It doesn't work.
Yeah, magical darkness doesn't work, but if it's just pitch black, it does. I just see black and white.
I have dark vision too, I guess. It says you can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light. Only
Yeah.
discerning colors in the darkness as shades of gray. So I guess I
Wow.
have dark vision too.
Wow.
You solved my darkness riddle.
Fine. You just ruined my atmosphere. I thought it was
Sorry.
scary to be in suddenly a
Sorry.
silent, dark room.
No. I'm like, oh, wow.
I mean, we are
my
in a
eyes have
silent
adjusted.
black and white dim room, which is still a whole
Well,
vibe.
maybe that's scurry. Okay, friends, give me a heckin' second. Because
I mean, oh no, what a sudden change in light. Arcadia grabs Eden like she's scared.
No breathing.
I would like to say that maybe the cat is also shedding a little bit of light anyways, like a small, like shimmering fire lantern through the obsidian glass plating that makes up the
Ooh.
shape of the cap.
Oh, shoot.
I like that. Like a dancing light situation, but it's your flame.
Like
vest.
flickering behind, black obsidian, which
Oh my gosh, it
obsidian
actually
glass is
creates
actually
like a
not black.
beautiful atmospheric like fireplace.
romantic.
Kind of, yeah.
not scary, romantic.
Yeah.
Titus immediately lets go of Ember's wrist.
Okay. Well, fine. I didn't make this map, you guys, just so you know.
Love this creator. They're so good.
Yeah, this is Chickboo.
I have no idea how to pronounce their name, but they're great.
Chickboo. There.
Chickapoo. Yeah,
Chickapoo.
that one.
Okay. I do have a map, but I haven't loaded it yet. My bad.
I think you would say it Capoose, Kapeku. I think the Z would be silent.
Ooh.
Isn't it like
It
Like-
will.
anyway?
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Shibeku? Shibeku? Ship.
So
There.
help me God. You enter the room.
Who's God?
And all of the rumblings from outside just go, it's instant silence. There must be a foot of stone between you and the exterior. And it has none of the adornments that you saw out on the outside of the necropolis, none of the beautiful statues, just these lines of Sphinx statues near you and raw sandstone. You can see that on each Sphinx statue is a dull porcelain mask that looks like the paint has long faded. The room is long, and at the back far side is very dim. And it's not on the map because I didn't actually design this map, but in the middle of this like super long hallway is a pit. It's a big pit, okay? It's 20 feet across and twice as deep.
Okay.
You see over you, like an arch on the ceiling, is written in Primordial. So everyone who reads Primordial can read this. And it says, "A moment of silence for the fallen."
Titus whispers, "Are those cats?" I'm pointing at the Sphinx statues.
Titus, shh. Bow your head.
Do you walk forwards?
Yeah.
Great.
Titus waits.
Arcadia, you take your first step forwards, and so you hear it behind you, the creaking of stone, as the Sphinx flanking the doorway animate. Roll for initiative.
Ah!
Beep, boop,
Bad
beep, boop,
kitties.
whip.
Bad kitties. Oh no. Yeah.
It's just a little guy.
I would like to purport that Sphinx are canonically gender fluid because they're confusing, curious beasts.
Okay.
No space.
Am I wrong?
Okay, the thing is though that D&D actually has separate stat blocks for androsphinx and gynosphinx. So whether they're male or female affects their stats. So these
Yeah.
ones are gender fluid, and you won't know which they are until they take off their face. They're like little masks. So some of them
That
are
sounds
harder
familiar.
to kill than others, and you won't know which.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, okay, great. Ironically, D&D explicitly genders sphinxes. Yeah, it is. They do. It is funny.
I feel like every single time we demask one of them, you should roll for gender.
Great. I would love that. And for anyone following along at home, I'm going to half the challenge rating on the Sphinx so I don't TPK instantly.
Yeah, it
we're
was like,
level
we
7.
have 2 sphinxes? We're
Oh.
gonna die.
Oh, there's rows of Sphinxes.
Yeah, there are
Yeah, no, I
woes.
know. I've seen the stat box. Yep. We would be 1000% TVK for sure.
We have initiative for you if you want it.
Okay. And I'm going to roll a Sphinx initiative. Oh no. Oh no. The Sphinx rolled 21 for initiative.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Love that.
I mean, they
Let me
are
go
kind of getting us by
first.
surprise, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Eden has a 20 for initiative. Arcadia has a 14. I have a 4.
So Sphinx, Eden, Arcadia, Titus.
Okay.
Oh, should I roll initiative again for my cat as a familiar?
It goes after you in
Okay.
order.
Wow. They don't even have a picture for a Sphinx. Honestly, a bummer. Wow, they made these way too big. Hold, please. Can I just like copy paste this bad boy? No, you're not gonna. Hold, please. Everybody settle down. I'm trying to be a good little DM.
Every time someone says settle down, it reminds me of that meme where people are like, calm your titties. And then it's like the stick figure going, no. And it's the titties like dancing wildly and pointing in different directions. You know, you
Yep.
guys know the one I'm talking about? Yep.
I do.
I feel like that is my spirit life telling me to calm down in any way possible. And my whole soul says, no.
No. Okay. Oh. All right. Can you see the guys on the VTT?
Let me hide
yeah.
my sheet. Yes.
Okay. I did it,
Is that
team.
Ember?
Yeah.
Why does my sister get to be so hot? That's not fair.
Listen, honestly, it was a random noble generator, and that's what it. Why isn't it showing on? It's showing for everybody except chat. Chat. I need a new VTT, guys. If you know any VTTs who want to sponsor a super great and definitely appropriate and not super horny show, let me know.
Can you imagine if Fablecraft comes out quickly enough that we can try to like cannibalize Fablecraft table?
Oh,
But
I
our use?
forget that I can read all writing.
Damn, it's just not gonna work for me.
Is that an warlock ability?
Yeah, Eyes of the Runekeeper.
Why isn't it working? Oh, I know. I'm dumb. This was me. Ha 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 ha. I did this. Not. We're all good, team. We're all great. I forgot to put myself. I forgot to put myself on the map. I think is that what I did. Listen, guys. Everybody, just chill. Everybody, take a deep breath. A totally pro DM. Shut the fuck up, free geek. I'm doing my best. Damn it. Who the hell is up there? Oh my God. I was on. This is really embarrassing, you guys. They were there the whole time.
You were just too far down in the screen.
Yeah.
You okay? Doing all right?
No, you're actually down here. You haven't even made it to that chamber yet.
Without
How
these are the Sphinx.
That's where all the sphinxes are.
Who's that off to the top left there?
That's
Is that my
known.
cat?
Don't worry about that. That's God. Get out of there.
Okay.
God doesn't need
God
to be
needs
there.
to be less noticeable.
Okay, well, you know what?
Too present in our lives.
Jesus Christ, you guys. Can you see the shit I put up with there? God's gone. Wait, no, you're gone. Ah!
God's gone, and so are we. Welcome
No,
to
we're
the end
just
of
below.
times.
We're just here. We're just down
I'm
here.
gonna cry. Okay. Okay, listen. I'm down here now. Hi. All right, fuckers. I'm DMing from down here, and no one can make me do otherwise.
I kind of love this
Thanks.
for you.
This brings a
and
really
for me.
different energy to the show, and it feels right. The Sphinx is going to attack Arcadia. We are going to do 2 attacks. One is an 8. The other is it's a crit. It's a crit. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Well, good news is you take 13 slashing damage as you are clawed in the back by this Sphinx. The Sphinx on the right is going to attack Titus. 2 claw attacks. A 20 dirty and a 19.
I cast shield.
Okay.
That brings me to 21.
All right. So there you go.
Hold on, I gotta find it so I can hit it so it counts it.
It's a good thing there's a map to know that everyone is. You guys. Yeah. The funny part is I could even adjust my camera so that you could see me more, but I'm not going to. That's my right. Sometimes I'm a little guy. Who's next in the order?
That is Eden.
Yes, it is I. Okay. Very cool. All right. I am going to call my sword. And I am going to cast what the fuck is the name? As a bonus action, Hexblade's Curse on this guy over here. Yeah, that guy. This guy. Hello? Why can I not? This guy closer to me, obviously.
Blue Sphinx.
Blue Sphinx, yes, the blue one.
Okay.
Blue boy.
How do I?
Coral.
I can
Blue, they, them.
Target, you gain a +3 bonus to damage rolls. Okay, so we're gonna go.
So is that like a hex? Does it stay on them? Or is it just your next attack?
Yes. It's a bonus action, so I still have my action.
Okay, but does it stay on them after this turn? Like, is it worth me putting a condition on them? Okay.
Once per short rest as a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet to curse it for 1 minute or until the target dies, you die, or incapacitated. Against a cursed target, you gain a +3 bonus to damage rolls, score a critical hit on a 19 or 20, and I regain 8 HP if it dies.
Amazing. I refuse to DM in the Schnott voice. Everyone go to jail. The one with the purple dot is the one that's hexed.
Okay, yeah, okay, it's purple. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one anyway. That's perfect. I'm just gonna whack it.
Yeah.
With the sword.
Okay.
Can I? Oh, where is it? Dancing Lamb sword. Let's go.
Whack it.
Nope.
11.
I am going to reroll that. Okay.
Anything for chat.
Everything for chat, not just
16?
anything. Everything. Nice.
Shit. Okay, players, close your brains for a second. This is between me and chat.
Like actual or?
No, not actually. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Okay, chat. Hey. So when I said I was gonna have the Sphinx thing, I didn't really think about armor class. Should I lower the armor class? Or should I leave it? I was just gonna have the HP and the damage they do. What do you think? Nah, leave the armor class. Drop it by 3? That's so much. They are strong. Leave it. Drop it by 2. Give them a fight. Okay, you guys are...
Can I just say the chat response that I'm reading, but I can't hear Gnome is making me so nervous.
Okay. All right. Great day. I think, yeah, okay. Okay, Adrian, come back.
Yes, coach.
16 hits.
Okay. We're gonna do two-handed. We're gonna go heavy on this bitch. And then
Okay, I gotta stand up because I had to write notes. Schnott mode deactivated.
So that's 13 because that has a +3 to that damage. Okay. So it's 13 plus 1d8 thunder. Donde? So it's 18 in total. 5 thunder and the rest is slashing. And if it moves, it will take more thunder damage.
And what weapon are you using?
I'm using the dancing longsword.
Great. Okay, so the total was 18?
Yes, 18. 13 slashing and 5 thunder.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, yes. Good job.
That's going to be it for me for this.
All right, next in the order.
Arcadia.
Yes.
I'm going to use my free action to talk to the cat, the Sphinx that attacked me, and say, "Ask us your riddles, cat."
You do that, and it turns its head towards you, and you hear the distinct creaking sound of a third Sphinx animating.
Ehi, ma porco cazzo, no. No, ma allora vogliamo morire adesso?
Somebody translate. I want to laugh too. God damn it, big.
You know that it's bad when Fenice talks in Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Summoning more sphinxes.
I'm just curious for myself as a player here.
Yeah.
Are we okay, I have questions before I take my turn.
$10 inspiration for the DM for putting up with us. Oh, thank you, Free Geek. Also, Loha requested the customer service voice. So,
Hello.
what are we doing? Full AI?
Oh.
Or do you want commercial read? You can summon a sphinx today. All you have to do is utter words in the Hall of Silence. For only one word as a free action, you can summon a sphinx to maul you and return you to the dust from whence you came. Buy one, get two free.
Got you. Cool, cute. Cool and cute. I am going to bonus action Shield of Faith myself. And I'm going to make an attack. Which one did Eden attack?
The one with the
blue ring.
blue ring and the purple.
That's the one that
ball.
attacked me also?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to attack that one. Okay. I'm gonna use my inspiration. Roll that. Okay, fuck me, I guess. 14 doesn't hit.
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay. Well, that's good. So
Wow, what the actual fuck, dude?
I told you these dice hate me. Cool. So I fucking threaten this Sphinx, go, oh shit, bubble myself, and then miss 3 times. So that's my turn.
It do be like that.
Flailing with a
Hey,
sword.
quick question. When you say go oh shit,
No, I don't say oh shit.
No. Giving it away with your commercial.
Yeah, nope. I don't say a goddamn word.
Did you know that chat is meaner than me?
Yeah, I was going to say, because my spell components have vocal components, and they were asking if that would cause summoning as well.
You know, I was going to let it slide, but like, chat really, they're just on it today, you know?
Chat just wants the party to TPK. That's what's happening. Thank you, chat.
I think it's probably fine. I think this party actually excels at stealth and efficiency.
No. Like, I would say that is literally the thing that we do not do ever.
That's my turn.
Great. Next.
Titus.
So I would like to see about whether or not I can do a rule of cool of something or not. The answer is going to be almost assuredly no, but could I use my catapult to catapult myself across the room?
Okay, so catapults
It says up to 5 to 10 pounds, depending on the level. I know.
You could
Titus
catapult
is a scrawny
your
bitch.
cat, your homunculus cat. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. The thing is that's like my only spell that doesn't have a verbal component. So, instead, let's see. I would like to see if since it's technically an infusion, it doesn't mention any kind of verbal components. Would casting my Eldritch Cannon require a spoken component?
No. I think you just have that. That's just like you just have a
You
fucking
just produce
flamethrower.
it. You just take it out of your pocket and it unfolds into like a little walking tripod with a flamethrower on it.
Yeah. I like to flavor this. I'm going to use my action to do this, to create the one in the first place. And I'm going to use it to cast specifically I'm going to use it to cast the flamethrower version because there's 3 different kinds. I could do a force ballista, flamethrower, or a protector, which is like a healing, shoots healing at people. I'm going to cast the flamethrower one. And how do I don't know how to put something on the sheet for where I want it to go.
I'll teach you how the VTT works later because we're almost done this episode. So just tell me, where are you directing it?
I would say that Titus is directing it to the 2 on the right.
Okay.
Because it does a 15-foot cone.
Okay.
And it does have legs, but I like to think that it's like cat legs. It literally looks like another. Titus still doesn't know what a cat looks like, but everything they create and summon looks like a cat. And it's just a cat that like hairballs flamethrower.
Fantastic. So, do they do a deck save or is it just an attack roll?
They have to do, let me put it in the game log. It's a dex 15 save.
Okay. So we are going to roll for each of them. The first meets and beats. The second fails. Okay, so the lower right one,
I'm rolling
fails.
the damage. It's 10 fire damage.
Okay. 10 fire damage. Singes.
That is a really low roll.
Yeah, you can see that this sort of stony exterior they have is like kind of like crusts and away as you singe it, and you see their fur beneath, and it smells like burning hair. And I think, did everyone get a chance to go?
Yes. I would say that my cat takes dodge.
Okay.
Action as their action. I don't know. Takes dodge. All my other friends who have familiars, that's what they do. They tell them to dodge on their turn.
On that note, we will end this episode here, and we can come back next week into the heart of the dungeon for a good old dungeon crawl.
Oh, Chad has a good point. Is Ember part of this initiative?
Ember is, but
Okay.
the way I'm going to play my NPCs in combat is basically they won't do anything unless you tell them. Or if it makes a lot of sense with their character. So maybe Ember will do something, maybe it won't. Luckily, I have a week to decide. So
we'll talk about it in the after party, maybe.
right. Who's hosting? Is anyone hosting?
Fenice's live.
I'm live.
Let's go over to Fenice's house. Please stick around. Ugh. The party's not over. In fact, it's just getting started. We are going to have a debrief, a chat, conspiring, shit talking, planning, shenanigans over in Finiche's house. If this is your first time here, hey, you should follow me. I'm gnome and I'm cool, and you're already here, so might as well follow. And then you'll see me again soon. Otherwise, just wait for a second. Then we'll be at Finiche's house, and you'll follow then. And then you'll be following Finiche. It'll be great. Hey, good job, $100. I appreciate you. All right, friends, let's go. That was my rating sound. Did you like it?
Right.